shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana High School basketball fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live, day number 3 of the 2017 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. Just about a minute away from the tip, or excuse me, of the starting lineups and the national anthem. We're starting off one game here of our 4-game slate. Dan Vance will have the privilege of joining us from the News Sentinel all game long, giving us a little more time here for the fans out there, putting the camera down, and will join us. Dan, 45 seconds here real quick. What do you expect here between these two squads?
It's going to be interesting because I don't think anybody expected one of these teams to be here right now. Coach Mark Pixley told me after the game yesterday even he had to go in the locker room and ask an assistant coach what time they played today. And Coach Mark Redding joked with my colleague Justin Kinney from the News Sentinel that he was going to have to throw in a last-minute practice to change his game plan. So it's going to be a really good game. Man, tons of momentum for Bishop Luers right now. I don't think that you could ask for any better of a scenario if you're the Knights.
Yeah, there's no question. Mark Pixley has his team clicking right now in all cylinders. Catherine Kanapke, that's going to be interesting to see how they handle her down low. She's just a baller yesterday.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is what Luers does to attack this Carroll offense. They threw a box and one on Solaire Starks from Homestead last night. Primary weapon. A lot of different weapons for Carroll, and they've shown that depth all year long. Kelly Damon, their leading scorer, she put up 22 and Carroll's first game of the tournament. But if Damon's not on, they will go to the next person, and they got 6 or 7 girls that can score.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Carroll, one of the deepest squads in the whole city in the Summit Athletic Conference. As we sit here at Wayne High School, beautiful venue. Of course, this is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So PA Extraordinaire is about to sit down here this afternoon and get set. Took the day off from us yesterday to work the halls. Now gets back here for us today. Of course, this is game number 1 of 4 here in the semifinals. We'll have both girls' games here up first, and then the 2 boys' games following secondarily. Next matchup will be, of course, the 2 and 3 seed, the Northrop Lady Bruins and the Southside Lady Archers. The seeds went to fruition there on the bottom half of the draft, of the bracket. So let's now send you down to the PA announcers here for starting lineups and the national anthem.
Parkview Sports Medicine Summit Athletic Basketball Tournament in today's first semifinal. At this time, we'd like to introduce the starting lineups first for the visual on the scoreboard, the Bishop Luers Lady Knights. Number 1, Caitlin Gray. Number 11, Ashlyn Gray. Number 12, Anaya Johnson. Number 21, Lydia Reinbold. And number 23, Catherine Knapke. The Lady Knights are coached by Mark Pixley. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, Carroll Lady Chargers. The starting lineup, number 10, Emma Lubyhusen. Number 20, Kelly Damon. Number 22, Lainey Steckler. Number 30, Macy Miller. And number 33, Julia Miller. The Lady Chargers coached by Mark Redding. We'd like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. This event is for the benefit of our student athletes, and they recognize judgment calls are to be made in good faith and should be recognized. Please remember that you are guests and should not be engaged in anything that's unbecoming of an adult. It's the official job to administer the contest, coach's job to
So there was the starting lineups in the books while we wait here for the Star Spangled Banner. I'd like to thank our title sponsor, of course, Parkview Sports Medicine. None of this would be possible without Parkview Sports Medicine. Now let's take pause for the Star Spangled Banner. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live. This is Indiana High School basketball. We do play 4 8-minute quarters here in the state. 10-minute halftime. No shot clock in the state. Go ahead and send your tweets to Dan Vance. He'd love to hear all about the shot clock.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get set here. Luers in their all black with the red and white trim. Nice looking unis. Carroll, of course, in their white with their blue and gray trim. Both teams ready to get these semifinals started. Dan Vance mentioned Luers, of course, getting the upset of the century here in the Summit Athletic Conference Tournament. Of course, don't comment. That's debatable. 47-43 over Homestead. What a huge win for Luers to get here to face Carroll.
Yeah, it was an absolutely massive win. Maybe one of the biggest upsets in the history of this tournament.
And we're all starting. Lubyhusen will take control. They want to give it to their playmaker, Kelly Damon. She can do everything for Carroll. Luers comes out in the man-to-man. That's Knapke on Miller. Triple, start the game. No good. Knapke, what do you know? She'll pull down the first rebound of the contest. Here's Anaya Johnson. Guarded by Steckler. Steckler has great length and can move her feet just like a guard up top. Here's Gray. Kick out. Reinbold. And you will hear Gray quite a bit. That's because there's twins out on the floor. That is Caitlin and Ashlyn. Here's Anaya Johnson up top. Ooh, knocked away. Last touch by Luers. From the referee far side. We'll go Carroll ball. So man-to-man. And I expect a lot of nerves here, Dan, to start this contest.
Yeah, it's a big stage, and this is where Carroll has a chance to show their experience. They've been here before. Most of these girls were on last year's team that played in the semifinals.
Lubyhusen kicks out Steckler. Steckler wants to go top. She can make that jumper. It is good for Miller. That is Macy Miller, the outstanding player. She can inside and out for head coach Mark Redding. Of course, Mark Redding an outstanding coach who really has his club and roster in a nice way as Reinbold comes up with the charge. The sophomore is so skilled, Dan.
Yeah, sure, improvement in the last year has been what has gotten Luers to this point. A lot of people considering them, myself included, a year away from being able to contend in this tournament, and Lydia Reinbold has developed so significantly.
Lydia Reinbold had an outstanding performance in their opening game win. Opening round game against Northside. Here comes Reinbold on the break. She had Gray on that far side, just missed her. Leverhusen out on the break, Damon, and that's just too high of a pass. So sloppy play here. And the senior, number 34, Carroll, Macy Miller, telling him calm down. Take it a step-by-step play here to get this going. 6:38, 2-zip. Man-to-man, they flatten it out on this inbound play. Ooh, wide open. Uh-oh. Go. There she is. That was an outstanding play run. They had many options to bring that ball in and push it up the court. Just needed to move that a little sooner. But nice inbound play there for head coach Mark Pixley. Here's Damon. She can do everything. Assist, rebound, shoots the ball well. Here's one from the top of the key. Boom. Kelly Damon.
For a triple.
5-zip. Caitlin Gray over the timeline, guarded by Julia Miller. Kanapke, she'll face up. She's outstanding feet. Gray can't get it. Kanapke got two piece of it. Reinbold, jumper from 12, no good. Kanapke, another rebound. And there's a jump ball. We'll stay at that end with the possession arrow. Feisty game here in front of us, Dan. This is going to be good wire to wire, I expect.
Oh, yeah, these are two tough teams that can take the aggression up another level, and we're going to see a lot of that today.
So, of course, Luers will look to inbound. They'll pop Reinbold out. You got to pay attention, all attention to Reinbold. There's number 24 for Luers. And Kennedy Glenn, and a travel called on the play. Again, thanks for joining us here today, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from, let us know. Different states, countries, continents. We've heard it all and love to hear it. SummitCitySports.com, as do our sponsors. And of course, Parkview Sports Medicine and the Big Eye Fish. We'll talk about Big Eye Fish, outstanding family environment and restaurant here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And good food.
Outstanding food. Kelly Damon. She'll hit the bucket on the free throw. And hits them both. Kanapke. Luers needs to break the seal here. Still stuck at 0. 2.5 minutes in. Reinbold couldn't flip it up. That was with her offhand, the right hand. Miller, look at that bounce pass for Kennedy Glenn there. You don't want to save it under your own basket, though. And out of bounds, no foul call. Looked up at the ref. What are you doing? 5:20. They stack it. Leverhusen pops out. There's Steckler, needs help. They get it. Into the paint. Leverhusen, left hand. Oh, you can hear that foul all the way up here. Had to call that one.
Bishop Luers giving up a lot of penetration to the basket right now, something they really didn't do last night against Homestead.
And that's definitely the difference of guard play between the two clubs. Carroll absolutely loaded with ball handlers. And Carroll looking to push on this 7-point lead. Leverhusen does just that. So 5 quick points for Kelly Damon. Getting some help from her friends as well. Leverhusen's second attempt. And we have a lane violation. We have a lane violation on Carroll. So wave that off. It'll stay 8-zip early. Luers now needs to break it. That'll be Ashlyn Gray. She'll look to inbound. Kennedy Glenn, she can bring the ball up as well for Luers. Great help, defense, and then it went off the foot of Glenn. Another turnover on Luers. Head coach Pixley may want to talk about it here soon. just a little sloppy, do not look comfortable on the offensive end at all, does Bishop. Luers, they of course are the number 8 seed in the tournament. They did defeat the number 1 seed 47-43. That was the Homestead Ladies Spartans. They were the 2-time SAC champs, and they're only in the Summit Athletic Conference for 2 years. Oh, great double team on that hedge from Kimes. That left an opening. Ashlyn Gray. Kanapke, great catch. Gray. And they'll reset. Good defense for Carroll on the recovery. This is where it's dangerous. Kanapke, she's got a great touch. That one won't go. You see head coach Mark Redding making sure they're giving all kinds of attention. At Kanapke, even at that high post. Kimes, no good. And it could have been a foul called on that follow through on the 3. Gray, nearly a travel. Reinbolt missed that one. Reinbolt, that's her left hand.
That's looking good.
You just counted if she gets to her left hand, Dan.
Yeah, if she can go left, it's one of the things that took her out of her game last night is Homestead didn't let her go left. But
and Reinbolt, she'll get hit with the personal.
Number 21, Lydia Reinbolt, the line shooting at 2.
That is a 13 foul on Bishop Luers and the first on Reinbolt. Near midway through this first quarter, SummitCitySports.com. As Damon hits the first, outstanding free throw shooter as well. 3 of 3 here on the early going. Crowd starting to fill in here. I guarantee you it is going to be packed as we get through the day.
sophomore Libby Beerbaum in now for Luers. She was hot from outside last night.
And was pulling that trigger real quick, too. Once she got that first one to go, she was not hesitating. Another outstanding defensive play.
Jump ball possession, Carroll.
By Carroll. They're just coming out of that double team right over the timeline, causing them all kinds of fits for Luers.
Yeah, and that's, you saw there the difference between a senior and a sophomore there, with Kelly Damon get down on the ground and take that ball away from Lydia Reinbold.
Here's Kimes. Here's a 2-3 zone for Luers. Kanapke's in the center of that. Reinbold and Glenn up top. Gray. Good recovery by Steckler. Kimes. That's what you got to do. Attack the crease of that zone. Inside, out it. Kimes came up with the offensive rebound. A lot of traffic. Good little three-man play on that corner. And Steckler with about the 15-foot jumper. Check it. That was Dollins. Number 32, Isabel Dollins. Steckler jump stop, right hand, and there's your timeout needed for head coach Mark Pixley. He wants a full one. We'll take it with him. You are watching Indiana High School basketball right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. I'm going to take a look at how easily Carroll is getting these wide open looks. If we could get the replay to pull up here for you. Yeah, we'll get to it on our next break. 14-2. Reinbold. Full court pressure, needs help. Kanapke back to Reinbold. Let's see what head coach Pixley has out of the timeout. Right now, Carroll over pursuing everything. Look for the back cuts to start happening from Luers. Beerbaum just tougher right there. Nice job by Libby Beerbaum ripping it away, and that'll be a foul on Carroll.
That's what Luers is going to have to do. They're going to have to out-tough Carroll. They out-toughed Homestead last night. We talked about it last night. That's how you beat a team like that. This is how you beat a team like Carroll. You got to be tougher.
There ain't no doubt about it now. They'll go 4 up top. They'll spread them out with Caitlin Gray looking to inbound. Flip out, Reinbold. Kimes on her. Hepner's getting ready to check in for Carroll. Good look by Kanapke, no foul. Ooh, good call here. It was definitely a foul. You would think the baseline would have got it, but all that matters is the right one is moved, and there it is. So Beerbaum, right as you mentioned, comes right into the game and flexes her muscle. Gray's rim on that first. Hepner checks in. Hepner checks in for Carroll. Johnson for Luers. Beerbaum makes on the second attempt. Carroll. And can't get the roll. Kimes wide open, and that's a travel. Good call by the baseline official. She went to protect the ball and just lost her pivot foot. Happens time and time again. Full court pressure here for Carroll. They can feel it. They're smelling blood in the water here in the first quarter. 2:44 left in it. Reinbold needs help. Gray. Back to Reinbold. Guarded by Damon. Kimes is going to peel off. For the double team. Outstanding defensive game plan here for Carroll so far. Johnson. Good walk through. Beautiful walk through. Anaya Johnson gets the bucket. Kimes can't answer. Kanapke knocked away. Reinbold, the sophomore, comes out with it. Has Gray on the wing. Kanapke, beautiful, and the foul, and one. Catherine Kanapke, so tough, and one of the main reasons they're playing here in the semifinal round.
Great move to get to the basket there. Back-to-back trips down the court. Great moves to get to the basket. That's what you got to do, attack, attack, attack.
Yeah, her post moves are outstanding, and her touch is just underrated in my opinion. Kanapke rattles home the three-point play. They cut it to a 6-point deficit. 3 points now for Kanapke. Here's Damon. Luers staying in that 2-3 zone. Good hustle by Gray. I love head coach Mark Pixley's demeanor on the sideline. He's so easy going. Doesn't look like anything bothers him ever. Good give back. Libahusen, Damon. Good ball movement here for Carroll. Macy Miller. You got to move it quicker than that. That's where you don't want to get stuck in that short corner in the zone. Macy Miller, Julia Miller. They skip it. Libahusen in the shooting pocket. Can't get it. So Carroll has gone cold now. And Beerbaum with another board. Here's Johnson. Johnson looking to push. Just dribbling it off the foot. Just moving a little too quickly there. She wants it back dearly, though. Hepner, Damon from the wing. No. Reinbold, and Macy Miller comes up with it. Damon. Beautiful look. Libahusen. Outstanding ball fake. And the find of Macy Miller. That is a spectacular play for Carroll.
That's how you got to move the ball against that zone. They move the ball quick. Good skip passes. Get your openings.
Outstanding ball movement there. And the triple. Guess who it was, Dan? Beerbaum.
Can't leave her open. Looks good every time it comes out of her hands.
4 points now for Libby Beerbaum off the bench. She gives a great lift every time coming off the pine. Kids out there, you don't always have to start. Be that sixth man. Give your team the lift. That plays a lot into wins, especially in the high school game. Beautiful give and go. That triangle game over there worked beautifully for Carroll.
Now it looks like Luers came out into a 3-2 zone that trip down the court, and Carroll exploited it.
So Macy Miller now with 6 points. Beerbaum. The one-woman wrecking crew. Libby Beerbaum and one. She will head to the line. Thank you for joining us here today, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beerbaum. Looking for the conversion. And gets it. Cuts it to a 4-point deficit. We're at 10 seconds. Libahusen, Miller, beautiful drop step in traffic, and the touch Then a superb post move. And that will be the end of the quarter. Try to hit the hallway on that throw, so 20-14. Very slow start, and then it really got going. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching the SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament from SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're taking a look at the Luers bench here. Head coach Mark Pixley. Watch the attention that he has in his huddle. Very well respected by his kids. But they are down by 6, getting ready for the start of our second quarter in our first game of our 4-game live slate here from the Summit Athletic Conference Holiday Tournament, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Outstanding set of games we have in store for you. The next one is going to be tremendous as well. It will be the second game of our girls semifinal, the number 2 Northrop Lady Bruins and the number 3 Southside Lady Archers. That is going to be a tale of 2 teams up and down the floor. Pace and the size and shooting prowess of Northrop. Cannot wait to check that out. What we got? Over and back. Over and back's a call on the loose ball. Luers fans, we're not liking it at all. We'll go back Carroll. So a missed opportunity to start that second quarter for the Lady Knights. As the freshman Emily Parrott checks in, we'll run the point here for head coach Mark Redding. And it does look like more of a 3-2 zone, doesn't it, Dan? It just kind of morphs back in and out of a 2-3-3-2. There's Parrott right up the pine. Come on. The freshman like it. Emily Parrott. 5'6" point guard. Gray, they need it. Can't get it. Libby, beer bomb. Swing pass. There it is. Reinbold, wide open, triple. Can't get it. And that will roll out of bounds. So Luers down 8, missed opportunity right there. As we are nearing 7 minutes left in this second quarter. Libahusen. They're bringing that zone out, and Parrott just couldn't get it to go over the taller Kanapke. Macy Miller with another rebound. Kanapke, and then a push on Macy Miller. The foul on Macy Miller. Kanapke just going up with 2 hands and ripping that ball away.
Yeah, I would hate to have to rebound against Catherine Kanapke. ever, I would hate to have to do that. She's so tenacious.
I think most on the boys' side would say that same thing for the SAC as well. Great size and tenacity. You can hear her a lot of times, her only voice in the gym, where she's controlling the paint on defense or wanting the ball on offense. You'll hear her yell ball time and time again. That time just lost the handle going up. 22-14 it stays. Julia Miller. Good trap, but even better pass. Steckler, good ball fake, skip pass. That was a nice screen by Macy Miller, and that left it wide open for the 3-ball. Julia Miller, she'll drop it in for Carroll. Reinbold, Macy Miller, nice job. She cut that angle off, knew exactly where she was going to go, and then we have a foul on Carroll. And that will be their 17th foul. We're shooting a 1-and-1.
Carroll foul. Number 22.
Putting Carroll into foul trouble really opens things up for Luers here. Gets to the basket, gets to the line, and that's what you got to look at right now. I'd like to really see Caitlin Gray. She's been pushing the pace here. I'd like to see her take the ball to the basket. She gets a little hesitant. She beats everybody up the floor because she's so quick, and then she hesitates when she gets to the basket.
Yeah, at least go up there and try to get a foul. As the 1-on-one's missed the front end by Kanapke. Here comes Parrott. It's like Parrott's rocking the silver hair here in the SAC Holiday Tournament. A little festive spirit. Gray, there you see it right there. She had a lane right there. She just needed to continue to the bucket. Oh, the back cut by Beer Bomb. Gray and Gray. And a travel. Unfortunate.
Picked up and drug that back foot a little bit.
So Luberhusen over the timeline. They're up by 11, their biggest lead. Steckler. Luberhusen. Parrott. And that is quite a statement, though, for a Mark Redding head coach team, with Parrott getting a lot of playing time for this senior-laden team. You know she's doing it in practice daily. Beerbaum, tough catch and turn, and even better defense by Damon. Stood right with her and just walled her off, and then led too far for Macy Miller out of bounds. So it will be Kimes checking back in for Luberhusen.
12, Alyssa Kimes.
(25-14), the number 4 seed on top by 11 over the 8 seed Bishop Luers. You wonder if Luers gave their best game of the tournament last night, which is what it needs to be taken to beat a Homestead Lady Spartan team. But you know head coach Rod Parker has his team's attention now, Dan, after getting beat by Luers last night in their only game this year in the SAC Holiday Tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Good stop by Dollins. Izzy, Dollins, jumper, good. Izzy Dollins off the bench and knocks down the jumper, and it's starting to get away from Luers right here. 30-second timeout, we'll stay right here, and I will tell you about Big Eyed Fish. Of course, Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Original location is located at historic 1502 North Wells Street. You can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eye Fish has a 4.3 star ranking with over 215 Google reviews. Find out more at originalbigeyedfish.com and bigeyedfishexpress.com. Of course, like their Facebook page for the updated promotions. And don't forget, come enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne and a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. 27-14, 4:35. Luers needs a bucket in the most desperate way. Good pass, Ryan Bolt back Johnson. Johnson, spin dribble into the paint. Nice little step through, just couldn't get the right angle off the glass. Here comes Kimes, pushes to Miller, and a travel. Foot started moving for the pill, left the hand. That's an easy call, 4:16. Head coach Pixley calls out the play from the sideline. Like to see Kanapke, Reinbolt, and there's that jumper. They just are not going today for Kanapke as they did the last 2 games. Johnson need it. Wide right. Rebound Julia Miller. Pushes Dollins. Dollins, Kimes. Good ball fake and a kick. Alyssa Kimes, that was sneaky little pump fake and the drop pass. That was nice.
Luers getting good looks at the basket. They're just not falling for them.
And that comes with a lot of the pressure that's being put on each one of those shots. Besides the 3-point open looks that they've had, everything close has had 3 or 4 hands up around the ball. Miller needs help. Flips it in Parrott, the freshman, right back. Julia Miller. Kimes. Julia Miller, triple. Got it. She gets going. She is one of the top sharpshooters in the city, no doubt about it. Six points for Julia Miller. That's 2 triples for her. Ryan Bolt, nearly 5-second call. And it doesn't matter, turnover anyway. Here comes Kimes. Kimes felt that pressure from behind. She'll back it out. Luers stays in that zone. Kanapke, steal. Reinbolt. Lydia Reinbolt, the sophomore with the triple, needed that desperately. Reinbold just with 5 here. Julia Miller, Damon, Parrott, Dollins, back cut Damon, and 1. Beautiful work on this triangle set on this near side. Kelly Damon finishes from the beautiful dime off glass, and she will head to the line for the chance at the 3-point play. Damon with 9. And make it 10 on the conversion. And the biggest lead is 16 for the Lady Chargers. 2:35. Beautiful hands. Kimes has been so strong off the bench here for Redding, Coach Redding. Damon, got to come out. Nope, free. No, beer bomb. You got to have her on the floor. She's been tremendous. Beer bomb spun out of traffic. Got to get it across. Gray. It's a 2. Another wide open shot, just missed. Gray saved it, direct to Miller. Here's Damon. We're nearing 2 minutes. Kelly Damon. And hits it, Parrott. I believe that was a 2. It was Emily Parrott with the bucket. She now has 4 in her semifinal debut. Kanapke, see, those are the ones. She just was hitting with ease. It didn't even look like she was working. Now everything just falling short. Wonder if those legs are starting to call into effect here.
Yeah, you're looking at over 6 minutes into this period, and they have just 1 made field goal this quarter.
Yeah, it's quite a tale of what they've seen here in the early going in this tournament. Of course, big shout out to our title sponsor. None of it would be possible without Parkview Sports Medicine, where it is game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports nutrition. Sports Performance Training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, Parkview Sports Medicine is a new go-to for local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check it out at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Of course, you can make Parkview Sports Medicine part of your team. Give them a call at 266-4007 or log on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So 135, we're nearing 35-17. The biggest lead for the Chargers is 18. Beautiful steal by Reinbold. Read that all the way. Checking in now for Carroll is number 24, Malaya Williams. She is a sophomore. Good look, Kanapke in traffic, gets her own rebound, but brought it down that time. Reinbold, can we hit one? Still wide right. Parrott, good push. Julia Miller, Reinbold bothered it, but Parrott felt it up, did not take it for granted, felt up that, and now that's 6 points for Emily Parrott, the freshman.
Luers really does look like they're running out of steam here. That's not a good sign, and it's just the second quarter.
It should be expected, though, what an effort it took to defeat Homestead last night. That's Williams with the steal and the layup. Carroll, just too much right now for the Bishop Luers Lady Knights. As Williams Parrott pushes it. Damon, 18-foot jumper, pure. Everything just going right now for Kelly Damon and the Carroll Lady Chargers. They're up 41-17. And out of bounds, right back to Luers. Head coach Pixley said it went off her leg. So they'll look to inbound. Last shot here, 14 seconds. Again, thanks for joining us here. Our first game of our 4-game live broadcast. Back-to-back girls and the back-to-back boys. We'll get set for the championship games tomorrow. Damon on the runner, can't get it to go. And that will be the end of the first half. Dan, what'd you see there?
Luers just, struggling to get into the basket. You can see their confidence go down when they couldn't get the ball in the basket. They were getting to the basket just fine. Couldn't get the ball in the basket, and then Man, in the second quarter, they just settled for a lot of jump shots. Get into the bonus in the first quarter. Not a single foul against Carroll after Luers had gotten in the bonus. No foul shot, one made field goal. That's just a tough go of things.
You're exactly right, Dan. I appreciate you joining us again. He'll be with us all 4 contests here today. Consider yourselves lucky. Dropping knowledge on you here today from the Summit Athletic Conference Holiday Tournament. We'll take a break and join you as we get closer to the second half. You are watching the 2017 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament live from SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
That's usually where I shoot for you. Yeah, I usually shoot on the basket. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bad lit gym for a high school gym. A lot of gyms are on your side. So. Yeah.
You following any sports right now? Kentucky story? Hey, Robo.
For supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year, new equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from the 2017 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. What a one-sided first half. We saw the Carroll Lady Chargers up big, 41-17. Show you a couple plays here from that first half. Got it going. Look at the dribble here from Damon and the patience. Handoff, Damon steps back and just drains the three ball. That's how things started for the Carroll Lady Chargers, and that's how it continued as we continue to look back at the SummitCitySports.com replay to end the first quarter. There was the steal, or it kept in by Miller, and watch the ball movement. Lubehausen. And the pass to Miller. That was an outstanding look by Damon. Then Lubehausen with the ball fake and the drop pass to Macy Miller. How about some more Carroll offense? We got plenty of it in that first half. That was Julia Miller, picked up the dribble. The pass there to Lubehausen. Pump fake. And Dollins, I believe that was with that skip pass. And that was a screen by Macy Miller that left her sister Julia Miller wide open from distance, and that was to her second three-pointer. And the last play of that first half is the game in a nutshell. Malia Williams, a sophomore off the bench. Watch the trap there. Malia Williams saw the loose ball and just is coming up with 50-50 balls is Carroll, and Williams laid it up and in, and that pretty much gave them the 41-17 lead, which we see right here at half. Well, we'll take one more short break here before we get set for the start of our second half. You are watching the 2017 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Welcome back, Indiana High School basketball fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Wayne High School. Big shout out Athletic Director Gary Raber, Principal John Hounds. They do such an outstanding job, they do, and their staff here as they continue to put on the SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. Definitely lots of talk about moving it to different venues across the city, but I absolutely love it here. You take away the drive, and it's awesome out here with, of course, us being on the northeast side of Fort Wayne. Driving to Wayne is a bit of a task in the snow, but we wouldn't want it anywhere else, at least myself. I love it here.
Only place I'd like to see it back again is I loved when they were at the Coliseum. The environment, to be in that environment as a player, as a coach, is awesome. But at the same time, you got a big open, empty arena most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want that curtain that cuts off half of it. I mean, especially semifinals, finals games. I mean, this place is standing room only. It's been sold out here many times in the past. So, if you're not here early, most years you're not going to get a seat or even get in the building.
Or if you're here an hour before the boys' game, you're waiting in line for 20 minutes to get in.
And it is only about -72 this week here in Fort Wayne. So. Ooh, foul. They're saying the pin down on the arms came. Luberhusen is looking in disbelief. And head coach Mark Redding, he loves explanations from referees. That's his favorite thing in the history of the world. Kanapke needs this. And just off. Just the legs aren't there, I believe, Dan. They put so much effort into that game against Homestead.
Well, and it's so draining, not just the game, but just the build-up there. You win that game, the energy is so high, and to keep that level is practically impossible.
And it was the outstanding game, and I'd imagine they didn't get the best night's sleep thinking about what was in store here today and just going through the minds of what they just accomplished, because it was a huge accomplishment. I believe they said it was 47 SAC straight wins or something in the 40s there for Homestead Lady Spartans, which Bishop Luers is the one that dropped it. Thought that maybe Southside or Northrop would be the team this year. That hadn't happened yet in the early Summit Conference regular season. But right here, Luers, they saw what it takes. Here's Reinbold, hands to Gray. Need to get some kind of offense going here. Watch a 5-second call. It's got to be. Reinbold, 3-ball, that's way short. May have been partially tipped by Luberhusen. Good look up to Steckler. Steckler baseline, crabs out. Julia Miller. Reinbold guarding on Luberhusen. 6:20. Good give and go. That was way too easy, Dan. A high post feed, and you just run right past your defender to the bucket.
Yeah, it's just the aggression is on another level for Carroll. It's a game where I think it's more an adrenaline dump than anything. I don't know what else you could explain it, that Luers just doesn't have it.
And Miller running the floor, gets a feed from Julia Miller, so Macy Miller will head to the line.
Number 12.
She will shoot two on the two-shot foul.
Teams first. The line shooting 2 free throws.
I think one of the most unfortunate things is when you see a score like this and just look at the score, it almost makes it look like yesterday was a fluke for Luers. This is a very good Bishop Luers basketball team that we knew could make some waves coming into this tournament. And I assure you, it was no fluke yesterday.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Talking to head coach Mark Pixley after the game, they played them well in the conference regular season standing. He mentioned, hey, if we hit a couple shots there at Homestead, I feel like we're right in that there at the end and could possibly have won that game against Homestead. So I know the Luers head coach was not surprised on what they can do.
Yeah, they showed really good spurts when they played them the first time. Played Homestead extremely well. Some big wins for this Luers team. They beat basically the best teams in every conference except the SAC all year. So to beat the best teams in the SAC is not a stretch.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Head coach Mark Pixley and his club is going to be a team to handle here in the 2017-18 season. Kennedy Glenn will look to inbound. Glenn needs help, finds it. Beer bomb. Also into the game is Dory Javins. And checking in for the first time is Jariah Bright, number 33 for Luers. And she is the only freshman on the roster for head coach Pixley. Good look ahead to Steckler. And just stopped and popped from 12 feet. That is tremendous by Carroll. And 49-18 is our score. Laney Steckler, he's got a smooth stroke. Known for the defense, but can shoot the ball, no doubt. Steckler does have 4 points.
Good take there by Dory Javins to get the foul call. And that's what they got to do. You got to get to the line. They didn't do it in the second period.
This is where they've been coming up empty, though.
That's true. That's where those legs come into play here.
There's the first miss. She'll get a second attempt. 49-18. Biggest lead here is 31 for the Lady Chargers. They're having a tremendous contest and putting themselves in position. You know, I know they expected to play Homestead, so they had the mindset of coming in to have to play their best game anyway. And they are near a half 100 here with 5 minutes still left to go in the third quarter.
Carroll's a team that often gets overlooked because, you know, Homestead is right there at the top, Southside and Northrop surge. But this Carroll team, when we talk about teams that have been put together for runs, they were put together for this run this year.
Beautiful look up top, Kimes down to Dallins. Outstanding ball movement. And the vision is there for Carroll all game long. That time Kanapke, that's where she's at her finest on the glass. Kanapke just with 4 points, and we're going to have a foul. Referees discuss. They're discussing if it's a shot or not.
I think they might be discussing if who the foul was on.
Okay.
I think they both fouled her. So.
Well, they picked one. Who was it? It was number 23.
Number 12.
That was Kanapke with the personal foul. And just her second.
Substitution for the Chargers, number 14, Olivia Kempner.
So Kimes, excuse me, hits them both, 53-21, back to a 32-point lead. Bright, the freshman, good hands by Kimes. She's been tremendous off the bench here in this semifinal game. Don't forget, up next, after about a 15-20 minute break, we will have the Southside Lady Archers, number 3 seed in the tournament, taking on the number 2 seed, the Northrop Lady Bruins. That will be right after this contest as Kalanji into the game for the first time, gets a rebound, knocked away by Javins. Comes Dallins. Hapner, under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Of course, today's broadcast brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Jeff Mahoney on the camera. He is our owner. Been with us all game and tournament long. This is game number 13 of our 18-game slate, 18-game live slate, I should say, here at Wayne High School. And I've been calling every game here since Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Good block by Kalanji. And of course, Dan Vance and Justin Kenny has joined us at halftime throughout the first 2 days. I'm happy to have Dan here with us throughout the broadcast, all for today, as Emily Parrott once again breaks out on the break and gets her 8th point of the contest for the freshman.
Yeah, Emily Parrott's been impressive today. When you can go as deep, we've talked about the depth of Carroll, but you went even deeper today, and not a lot of drop-off when you go down to the freshman as the 6th person off the bench.
There is no doubt about it. The 5'6" backup point guard is Kalanji. Misses on that one. Jasmine Kalanji, the senior. Dallins, good catch. Olivia Hepner. Hepner, triple. Got it. Olivia Hepner with the 3-ball. Carroll continues the roll. 58-21. As Olivia Hepner with her first bucket. Javens. And off glass, there's going to be a foul on the floor, I believe, on Dallins.
A foul's on Alyssa Kimes. Her first, team's third. Substitution in for the Chargers, number 24, Malia Williams.
Malia Williams checks back in for Carroll. She ended that half for the Lady Chargers with that steal and finish. Just a sophomore. As Dan mentioned, the cupboard is not bare after this junior-senior class. Williams on the missed shot, 58-21. Just nothing going right here for Luers this afternoon. They got a feel for him. Hepner, good ball fake. It's another tough little guard for head coach Beasley, or for head coach Mark Redding. We're not going to jump to the boys' side yet. Bright, the freshman, brings it up on Hepner. Completely telegraphed that pass, and Kalanji jumped that passing lane, knocked it out of bounds.
An upside you can take from this right now is that these girls who are on the court, who are not your primary scorers for either team, are getting some invaluable experience on this SAC tournament court. It's a tournament unlike anything else, and this is going to help both of these teams get into the postseason. Carroll's got a tougher road, I think, in the postseason. Luers a very winnable sectional.
There is no doubt about it, and the smaller class at Luers, there's no doubt about it, is a benefit. But you're right. I mean, these freshmen, sophomore, this is just tremendous experience. Look at the Dylan Duffs of the world that broke their their feet in a little bit last year. Had a nice game for head coach Jeremy Rosh in the defeat. But yeah, there's so much talent, especially you look at Carroll. I mean, where's the guard stop? I keep looking down on the bench and they just keep pulling them off the bench, one guard after another that can all handle the ball and can all shoot it.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing about Carroll that makes them so tough is they're deep and they're almost all guards. Even you get to somebody like Macy Miller, who's not a guard, can handle the ball well.
Agreed, yep. You put her at maybe a 3. Javens brings it up, good handle. Ran into Hepner. Beer bomb, that's blocked by Hepner, but a foul. Some of the kids' faces on these fouls are absolutely hysterical.
Her second, team fifth, the line shooting 3 free throws.
You can just see with every look how much they care about every play they're involved with. Beer bomb. Connects on the first. And make it the second as well. (58) 24, Kalanji. There's number 40 for Carroll, Audrey Freeland. What do you know, another sophomore. And Kimes, Raymond Kine on that, halfway down, spun out. And they have Audrey Freeland listed at 5'8". That's, I don't know about no 5'8". I think she's 6 foot. It's definitely the tallest player on the floor. Looks the same size as Kanapke. They have her listed at 5'11". Beautiful steal. That was Kimes' hands. She's been a part of so many steals here. And the drop pass to Kalanji, who stepped back for the triple, no good. And Hepner out to Kalanji, 30 seconds. Freeland. Audrey Freeland with a bucket. Freeland and the youth of Carroll continues to roll. Beer bomb. No good. And and knocked out of bounds. Saved by Glenn. Good low dribble by Bright. Crossover, 2 of them, and then slotted by Freeland. Carroll rolling here, 60-24 at the end of 3. You are watching the 2017 SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament from SummitCitySports.com. Their first state title ever in volleyball. And that is it!
Fort Wayne, a city of champions. Athletes making their names known. On the field,
quick out to Craig Young. Uh-oh! This could go the distance, ladies and gentlemen. A 64-yard pitch and catch.
And in the water.
Everybody into the pool.
This season, the competition
that's deflected in
is getting colder.
The game tied with Spartans' Paul Lee with the conference best 18 points.
Hockey is back for the 2017-2018 season. Our cameras are on the 6 city teams. Live stream games to Facebook and YouTube. Coming September 23rd, only on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. Let's go to the replay. And this is the type of game it has been. As Glenn came up with the steal, came right back to Carroll. Parrott handed it to Dollins, and Dollins found Kimes, then found Dollins on the roll. Outstanding job on that offensive set for the Carroll Lady Chargers. They are looking tremendous here this afternoon in our first game of our doubleheader. The kick out, Luberhusen. As we'll have our boys doubleheader starting tonight at 6:30. It will be the number 1 seed, the Northside Legends, taking on the number 5 seed, the Homestead Spartans. And then our nightcap. Make sure you have your seatbelts on as Miller knocks down that one. Julia Miller. And that is her 3, has 9 points. But our nightcap is going to be some high-flying action, and you can bet on that. It will be the number 2 seed, the Wayne Generals, our host squad, and the number 3 seed, the Southside Archers. That is going to be tremendous, Dan. Our nightcap, actually our 2 boys games tonight, I absolutely cannot wait for. But before we talk about that, here as the time starts to dwindle down with this game in hand, is our next matchup, the Northrop Lady Bruins and the Southside Lady Archers. I cannot wait to see this. It is going to be tremendous basketball, must-watch TV.
Yeah, I was at Northrop for the first meeting of the 2. Yep. The exact same gym, so it's going to feel familiar. Tremendous game. Back and forth, especially in the first quarter of that game. Southside went to Denise Chapman. Northrop went to Alicia Tiny Williams. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, the guard play was the difference there for Southside, and only because they were hitting. I mean, that was the key there. Northrop was getting good looks. Brianna Douglas, Naomi Dubé, getting good looks at the basket. Southside hit some shots down the stretch and capitalized on a couple Northrop mistakes, and that was the difference. Both teams made mistakes in the fourth quarter. Both looked like they could be costly mistakes. Northrop was unable to capitalize on Southside's mistakes, and Southside capitalized down the stretch in that game. But yeah, it's going to be close. It could be the game of this tournament, and that's after we watched Luers and Homestead girls yesterday.
Exactly, and 2 of the better coaches in all of the state of Indiana, in my opinion, and head coach Juanita Goodwell for Southside, and I absolutely love head coach Rashida Muhammad for Northrop. She is just tremendous, has her kids' attention at every second of every day, it seems. I absolutely love her.
And I'll tell you what, with Rashida Muhammad, one of the strengths that she has is as a young coach, she relates well to her kids, and especially in this environment. You talk about people having big games. Rashida Muhammad, then Rashida Ray of Harding High School had some big games in the SAC Holiday Tournament for the Hawks. So she knows what it's like to be here recently, and relates to her kids, and they respond to her well.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Make sure you check that out. That will be live from SummitCitySports.com after the conclusion of this contest. Right now, it looks like Carroll is going to be sitting waiting for the winner of that game in our championship matchup, which will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. right here live from SummitCitySports.com. Of course, all due to Parkview Sports Medicine's great sponsorship of Fort Wayne area athletes and athletics. 66-25.
I think I have an answer to you on the Carroll depth too, because when they made that last line change, there were 5 girls on the bench to wait for the 5 girls coming off the court as 5 new girls went on. So it looks like they go a full 15 deep here.
And you've seen it before. Last year, Mark Redding, that's all he subs was pretty much 5 subs at a time. Every once in a while, he would go 3 subs. He changed that pattern this year. Talking to him last year about that, he mentioned that, hey, when I have the players, I need to play them. You know,
right.
I'm constantly looking for the right matchup, so I'm going to continue to tinker if I have all these pieces. So it made sense to me.
Yeah, this is a Carroll team sitting 9-4, going to be 10-4 after this game. At least 2 or 3 times this season, they have had 13 to 15 different girls score. So they get in the games, they're scoring. A team that, 4 losses, lost by 10 to Northrop, maybe get a chance to get that one back. Lost by 2 to Concordia, got that one back already this week. Lost by 1 to Homestead, very close game that they were hoping to get back tonight. And then the only real bad loss, a 21-point loss to Hamilton Southeastern, who just happens to be one of the very best teams in the state regardless of class.
Right. So Johnson trains on the free throws, 27. Down 27-66. Hepner down low and 1. Olivia Hepner mark it up, and she'll head to the line for the 3-point opportunity. And it does look, of course, unofficially here as I'm trying to do 40 things at once. Unofficially score. Every player for Carroll that has hit the floor has scored from what I have marked. So that tells you about it right there, as Kanapke still can't get it going. She will be fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2. 5:46 left in this 4th quarter. Remember, stick with us. I'll hop down and get you an interview or 2 with the winning side of things, as Jariah Bright's going to check back in for head coach Mark Pixley, the outstanding freshman. As Anaya Johnson checks out.
Substitution in for the night, number 34, Dory Javins.
Javins checks in.
Along with Jariah Bright.
Beautiful cut by Parrott.
That was beautiful, and a year away, or maybe even a couple of months away for her sticking that layup in. And she is one of the more impressive freshmen I've seen in the SAC here the past couple of years. Obviously, it helps to have this wonderful core around you. Kalanchi, hello, and then blocked by Parrott. Good defense once again by Carroll. They do not stop. Up top to Hepner. Beautiful back cut, Parrott, and just missed it. That's one right there. You go left hand, that makes that layup a whole lot easier. Of course, comes with practice. As that's going to be a foul on Carroll on the reach. Too much contact. That will be on Izzy Dollins. That is her second, and the team's 9th. We're still in the 1-and-1.
Dory Javins.
And cannot hit the front end. Half the squad thought it was a double bonus. Half the squad thought it was 1-and-1 as Hepner lays it in. She now has 7 for head coach Mark Redding. And here comes our shift change. It's tremendous to see, Dan. 5, 5, and 5. And all guards.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Freeland, like you said, I don't necessarily consider Macy Miller a post player. Javens, good steal. And the layup, little push in the back by Parent, and that's what she will learn from watching film. If you even attempt or look like you're going to have a push in the back on a layup, a referee is going to call that nearly every time, just for the safety of the player. 4:02 left. As the Carroll faithful giving it up to their players. They are enjoying today's contest, to say the least. Up by 40, and Javens it's on the first. Excuse me, on the second. She has 4 points. 70-31 is our score. Williams. Head coach Pixley yelling at his team, making sure, yelling's not the right word, encouraging his team to keep at it and do not give up, as I guarantee you they will not. That's number 42, just entered the game, Kate Schlatter, and number 44, Abby Jackson. If those two score, I think that's everybody on the roster. No good. Williams with the rebound and a foul. Just a 4th team foul on Luers, so we'll inbound it underneath the bucket. 70-31.
I have to cry foul on this Carroll roster right now. You got Abby Jackson listed at 6'1", 5 inches taller than Audrey Freeland, who 2 towers over her.
I think there was just a little mistranscription of numbers there. So 3 minutes, we're nearing game in hand. While I have a chance, big, huge shout out. Big Eyed Fish took the leap and became a sponsor of SummitCitySports.com. Anyone out there can be a part of our team. We have all kinds of packages available for sponsorship. We say it each and every time. If each person donated $1 to our website that have liked our Facebook page, we would not need anything for this year. So that tells you right there how many people are watching these SAC athletes all year long, and we want to continue to bring you that, and that comes a big part with the support of Big Eyed Fish. That was a big block by Freeland. Her length is tremendous.
Maybe some posturing from Coach Mark Redding. You see her listed at 5'8", and then she comes off the bench, and you're like, who the heck is this girl?
I didn't want to call her by the name. I looked down, I saw maybe they had the jersey numbers wrong, and Abby Jackson was 44 and Freeland, or Jackson was 40 and Freeland was 44. And again, go out, support the Big Eyed Fish, because they support Fort Wayne area athletics and have been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Their original location is located at the historic 1502 North Wells Street. You can also visit their express location at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4.3-star ranking with over 215 Google reviews. Find them at originalbigeyedfish.com and bigeyedfishexpress.com. Of course, like their Facebook page, and you will see continuous updated promotions. They have all kinds of contests as well. Go check them out. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. Also want to give a big shout out to the Fort Wayne Comets. Fort Wayne Comets, they have won 7 Turner Cup champions in its 65 years of calling Fort Wayne home. Comets have topped their league's attendance leaderboard 12 times through 17 seasons, which is absolutely tremendous in minor league hockey, with yearly averages eclipsing 7,000 fans per night, and that's a huge, tremendous support from the Fort Wayne community for the Fort Wayne Comets. So Javens can't hit on the second. .70-32 is our score, and of course none of this at all would be possible without our title sponsor, Parkview Sports Medicine, where it is always game on. Their elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Make sure you check them out, parkviewsportsmedicine.com, or call them 260-266-4007. Learn about their new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic. Tremendous clinic that it is. Walk-ins, no appointment needed. Minute 15. Here comes Jariah Bright, the freshman. And just can't get it to go. Rebound, though. Beer bomb. Williams. You can tell she has a tenacity on defense. Good block from behind for Kennedy. Glenn didn't give up on the play. Looking like LeBron James. Swiping it from behind on the break. Under a minute and a foul. Don't forget, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna hop down and get you an interview after the contest. Javens back to the free throw line and can't get that to go. Does convert on the second attempt, so Javens 70-35, 47 seconds. Out wide, and they're going to run the clock here. And number 34, as head coach Mark Pixley just yelled out no foul. And then as soon as he says it, there's a foul. And that's why coaches lose here, right there.
Or, you know.
As Mark Pixley turned to his two assistant coach, and they had a little chuckle over there. Sometimes you just got to laugh or you'll cry, you know? So what a game here for the Carroll Lady Chargers. Tremendous effort as they continue their winning ways, and they will be moving on to the championship game, which will be played at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you check it out. It will be live right here from SummitCitySports.com. Stay right there. We'll get you an interview.
Chargers will advance to tomorrow afternoon championship game in the Summit Athletic City Conference. Congratulations to both clubs. Well played.
Sitting here with Kelly Damon. Outstanding game. You guys came out and you just put your will on them on every aspect of the game. You guys got to be pretty pleased with yourselves.
Oh yeah, definitely. We came out with really good energy, I felt like, and I just felt like we played our hardest and it showed.
Now you get to move on to the championship game. Before I talk about that, we all know that Carroll's a deep squad and has a deep roster. 5, 5, and 5. Are you guys serious?
Yeah, I mean, if we're up by this big, we just like to get everyone experience and touches, especially in this kind of atmosphere. I feel like everyone needs to learn that, especially the underclassmen, because, I mean, 8 of us are going to be gone next year. But
And that is a huge statement. 8 of you guys are going to be gone next year, so you got a lot of torch to give on to the next group.
Definitely.
So moving on to, you got to wait now. You got to see who plays next, Southside and Northrop. It probably doesn't matter to you who you play, right?
No, I think because we were here last year, we just wanted to come back to the championship, and we really want it this year. So I think we'll come out and play as hard as we did today, and even probably harder.
Well, Carroll look like they have a chip on their shoulder, something to prove here today. Congratulations, outstanding team effort from you guys.
Thank you.
That's it here for our first game of 4. We're going to tune out here and check us out for Northrop and Southside.